Ah, yes, welcome, aspiring titans of finance. Before we dive headfirst into the murky waters of Wall Street, let us pause and marvel at the first and most critical step of becoming a professional investor, Googling what invest means. Yes, you heard that right. Googling. Not reading a book, not hiring a mentor, Googling with precision, Googling with purpose, Googling as if the Dow Jones itself hangs in the balance. Allow me, yes, allow me, O wise arbiter of permission, to permit this permission, which permits all permits ever permitted, the permit that permits permitting us to permit the unpermitted without question, the audacity to permit the permission of permitting even the unpermittable act of permitting permits, granting permits to permit the unyielding cycle of permissions, this permission to permit, a permission so permitted it permits the permission itself, as this permit of permits permits all that is permit-worthy, to permit the infinitely permitted permissions of the permitted, perpetually permitting the cycle to reiterate, rehash and regurgitate this for those in the back who missed it. Googling. The act of seeking enlightenment, not in ancient tomes, not through seasoned mentors, but through the unyielding wisdom of a blinking search bar. Permit me the sheer luxury of emphasizing this emphasis of an emphasis, to emphasize this point so intensely that it sears itself into your subconscious, to emphasize this overemphasis of emphasis until the universe takes notice, to emphasize this, shining a spotlight on it until it blinds us all with clarity. You Google, you type, you ask, what in the gourmet bagel paradox does invest mean? And in that moment you are not simply Googling, you are embarking on a pilgrimage of digits and definitions. Permit me the audacious honor of elaborating further. Googling is not just a step. It is the step. It is the alpha and omega of your financial journey. Imagine the search bar shimmering like a holy grail awaiting your query. You type, what in the emotionally unstable Roomba, in the dictionary's lost appendix, in the flamingo on a unicycle showdown, in the Bluetooth pairing nightmare, in the overpriced Etsy macrame disaster, in the name of spontaneous synchronized swimming does invest mean, as though your very existence hinges on the definition. Google it. Google it as if the IRS themselves are waiting to audit your ignorance. Google it as if Warren Buffett is lurking behind the algorithm, nodding solemnly at your determination. Ah, yes, and let us not forget the wisdom of the great Warren Buffett, who famously said, "Success begins with a meticulously calibrated, algorithmically optimized and spiritually aligned search query." Yes, a query. A query that is not just typed but crafted, honed and perfected. A query calibrated to precision, a query optimized by algorithms, a query aligned with the very essence of your financial destiny. Permit me to reiterate, success begins with a query, not a question, not a guess, a query, meticulously calibrated, algorithmically optimized, spiritually aligned, crafted to perfection, a query that transcends mere words and enters the realm of universal truth. Permit me to reiterate this groundbreaking insight. Success begins with a well-phrased search query. You Google not for answers but for destiny. You Google not out of curiosity but to plant the seeds of an empire. Google it as if each keystroke brings you closer to untold riches, to mastery of the financial cosmos. Allow me the indulgence, the sheer indulgence, of indulging in this indulgence yet again, indulging so deeply that indulgence itself becomes an infinite indulgence of indulgences, the indulgent indulgence, to indulge in this indulgence once more, indulging so extravagantly that the very essence of indulgence folds in on itself, creating a vortex of endless indulgence. Success begins with a well-phrased search query. That is not merely a quote, it is a mantra, it is a declaration of intent. It is your battle cry as you furiously type, invest meaning. Permit me to repeat this for those in the back rows of hesitation, for those in the shadows of uncertainty, for those in the depths of skepticism, for those in the fog of confusion, for those in the hammock of apathy, for those in the abyss of procrastination, for those in the void of indecision, for those in the echo chamber of doubt, for those in the maze of ignorance, for those in the swamp of second-guessing, for those in the cloud of hesitation, for those in the trenches of overthinking, for those in the orbit of avoidance, for those in the cavern of excuses, For those in the wasteland of maybe later, for those in the forest of what-ifs, and for those in the infinite chasm of I'll do it tomorrow. Success begins with a well-phrased search query. Type it, refine it, bask in the brilliance of your newfound financial foundation. And there you have it, dear viewer. The first and most important step to becoming a financial legend, surrendering yourself to the almighty Google search bar. For as the great Warren Buffett allegedly once said, all investments begin with a single click, a solitary keystroke reverberating through the boundless corridors of cyberspace, a cosmic ripple in the digital ocean of possibility, a declaration to the algorithms that your journey has begun. It is not just a click, it is a leap of faith, a commitment to the infinite, an unspoken promise whispered into the binary void. Permit me to reiterate and reiterate again for good measure, to ultra-reiterate this with unnecessary force and vigour, a reiteration so profound it redefines the word reiterate. A single click, one humble motion, a millisecond of action with the power to ignite empires, to build fortunes, to summon untold wealth from the vast and indifferent abyss of Google. It is the spark that sets the fire of ambition ablaze, the tectonic shift that redefines the landscape of your financial destiny, the quiet yet monumental moment when the universe of wealth acknowledges your determination and whispers, finally.